It's time for another edition of Beyond the Stream. This is where we get to meet some of the more illustrious personalities that show up at HTC each and every day. They've been doing this telecommunications thing since the 1950s. That was way before my time, way before your time, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but your family got a rich history here in Horry County.
Yeah. I'm born and raised here.
Now, whereabouts is here? What part of the county did you?
I was born in Sockatee, but grew up in Conway.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep. But my family are transplants. My mom's from Michigan. My dad's from North Carolina.
Okay.
So,
what part of North Carolina?
Morganton. It's near Hickory.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know Morganton, Hickory. I've been all through up there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I grew up on the eastern side of the state, but that's where we vacation as kids. Beach a little bit, head on up to the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hear you've got an interesting politician in the family, or at least an elected official, or unelected, or self-appointed. What's all this stuff about the mayor of Britain's Neck that I was supposed to ask you about?
Yes, sir. My father-in-law, David Earl Watson, is the self-appointed mayor of Britain's Neck.
And he lets everybody know that?
He does. Yeah, I was told to make sure everyone knew that.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, maybe we'll get him some cards.
Okay.
For Father's Day coming up, or Christmas, yeah. I had a buddy who did that, pretended he was mayor
of
a little town in North Carolina, and he'd travel around. I was like, well, what's he doing? My dad says, just go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it.
No one's going to check, right?
That was before you could just, speak to your phone and get all the info you needed.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about information services. That's where you hang out. You're the director there. What's a typical day like for you guys?
Yes, sir. So I'm over our software development. A typical day, there really isn't a typical day. It can be anything from project planning to research and development. Mm-hmm. A lot of work with teams, coming up with ideas for improvements, new software, or just working on our existing software suite. So it can be very different day to day. There really isn't a typical day. And then a lot of meetings.
Meetings?
Yes, sir.
I won't comment on meetings. I have too many.
I hear you.
Yeah, but they are necessary.
They are, yes, sir.
I do come out of most meetings. Some
of them could be an email.
Yeah, it happens. But it is good together. Good to get together.
Yes, sir.
A little more team building goes into a meeting as opposed to just emails all the time. We've chatted about this a few times, some of your counterparts. Software, you guys actually create your own software to run the networks, which I didn't know until this year.
Yes, sir, we do. We've got a lot of homegrown software to facilitate our operations. Everything from front-end order entry, where you come in the office and you say, I want to get internet service, and a CRA keys your order, to back office operations. The folks that are going out in the field and doing the work, we write the systems that they use to help them with all the information that they need to fulfill the orders, even down to software that turns your internet service on. So a lot of different fingers there doing different things. It really helps us be agile as far as, providing the best service possible, opposed to, bringing in software from some big corporation.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, a little more hands-on.
That's right.
How do you guys beta test that? You do it internally, testing things out before you release it? What's that process like?
Yes, sir, absolutely. It can vary depending on what the software is, but we do try to do extensive internal testing, not just with the software developers, but the users. We'll bring in folks and have them work with the software, try to break it, and then make improvements from there.
Well, I got to go back in time. You told you did it all wrong. You were born in Sockatee, and you lived in Conway. Most
Yes,
folks that they do the opposite. Yeah,
Right.
people in Sockasty come to Conway to be born. What happened there?
My parents got together, and they were living down at the Grand Strand, and they had me, and then they bought a house, I guess, when they got a little bit better financial circumstances in University Forest.
Right. Yeah.
And that's where I grew up.
I was trying to think what medical facility a kid could be born at in Sockasty.
It was Grand Strand.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
It was back in the 80s.
Well, that explains it. When you said you were born in Sockasty, I'm like going, where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there by the back gate.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, how did you get plugged into HTC? I mean, did you have family members?
I do.
What's the
actually,
HTC story for your family?
I do have family members that work there, but
Okay.
it's kind of a funny story. I went to Coastal, and I had a professor there that was a new professor. She had actually worked in the department I'm working in now at HTC and left to become a professor at college. That was, I believe that was her dream. And I was kind of a bad student. I was, just a little mouthy and stuff like that. And I don't know what she's seen in me, but she must have seen something good in me. And she told me, when I was graduating that they were hiring, and she made a recommendation for me to, apply.
Really?
And it's just worked out from there. Been there for going on 20 years.
A little mouthy. Explain that to me.
Well,
I mean, I got to dig deeper.
I was just I just give her a hard time. How about that?
Okay.
Just kind of cut up in class a little bit,
Right.
type of thing. And it kind of surprised me that she thought very much of me.
Wow.
By the end of it.
Well, you must have made an impression. I mean, obviously a good impression.
Yes, sir. I guess so.
Yeah, so that's how that kind of happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have a lot of colleagues that came out of Coastal Carolina that work in your department.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Similar stories.
I think, people go to HTC a lot of times to make a career out of it. It's not a stepping stone for them. And a lot of the folks that work there, grew up around here and want to stay around here. They got families around here. They're a part of the community. HTC is a part of the community. And, that's something that kind of makes it special working there is, the folks that you're doing business with are a part of this community. The money you spend with HTC stays in the community because the people that work there live here. And that's a lot different than, a lot of big name corporations and things like that. So that's one of the things that I think is a differentiator. It's special about being there.
Yeah, I got here in '89, so there were a lot of kids that would graduate, and then they would just go off somewhere else for a career because the opportunities weren't there.
Right.
I mean, they could get a job, but not the job they were looking for in their chosen path. And I've seen some recent numbers from LinkedIn that there are more and more professionals moving here. And a lot of that is due to the infrastructure and the investments that HTC made. Because when you start talking about fiber that's been out there and internet speeds and how we can remotely work from anywhere now,
Right.
that has played a tremendous role.
Absolutely. Yeah, the area's grown tremendously. I mean, if you've been here since '89, I remember what it's all been like. And, for more business to come into the area, you need the infrastructure, you need the internet, the roads, everything that kind of comes with it. And so I had the same experience coming out of school. A lot of the folks that I went to school with, they moved off for job opportunities, especially in the field that I'm in. In Horry County, there's not a ton of opportunities for computer programmers, or at least there wasn't 20 years ago. And so, I was very grateful to be able to go work somewhere locally, stay where I grew up and be around my family instead of having to, move off. A lot of folks I know went to Charleston or bigger metro areas. So.
Yes, Charleston's a huge area for cybersecurity.
Oh, yeah.
Blew me away.
Yeah.
Yeah. for what happens there. But we do have some of that here.
We do, and it's grown since back then. But 20 years ago, it was a lot more limited. I mean, you think about how much smaller the county was 20 years ago as far as population and those type of things.
Does consumer demand impact the day-to-day with your office? I mean, obviously, you've expanded into Marion and Georgetown County, but you're going into some old neighborhoods that have been around for a while that didn't have that HTC choice. Build out in Surfside Beach. I've seen some streets marked in my neighborhood in Myrtle Beach signed off. Does that put a strain on you guys or change your day? Or
it can. I mean, it just depends on what kind of strategic initiatives we've got going on. We can, be looking to implement new things in our software or new promotions or different things that, to appeal to our membership base. It really kind of just is circumstantial. So,
or are the products on the same backbone now? VoIP phones and internet and cable with the fiber, but does security come into that play, or is it still using some of the same technology it's used?
So I think a lot of the security is still kind of using what you call like a mobile network.
Yeah, sure.
Similar to your cell phone.
Sure.
Traditionally in the past it had used a telephone line, but I think it's moved away from that.
Yeah. I know that as a consumer, you can get into the bundling and stuff. There's so many different products that HTC offers. I mean, I thought I had all of them, but I don't. I have all I need right now at my office, but we're tickled pink that the expansion's coming to Myrtle Beach, and at least in my neighborhood.
Yes, sir. We try to give you opportunities to bundle whatever meets your needs and provide as many services as possible that we believe our membership desires.
Can you tell me what y'all are working on now without giving away any trade secrets? Or?
Well, of course, we're spending probably like every company nowadays, spending a lot of time looking at AI, figuring out where it fits in with our company. Spent the last couple of years doing a lot of, from a software standpoint, I won't get too much into technicals, but some modernization efforts, rewriting some legacy software and things like that.
Okay.
So a lot of different things, a lot of different projects always going on.
All right. Well, HTC is all about community and family, and so we've saved this one for the end because we are coming up on the end. Family, tell me a little bit about your immediate family.
So I'm married to the daughter of the wife or the mayor of Britain's Neck, and got two kids, Charlie and Ben. They're both grown. Charlie's about to be 22 and Ben's 20.
Oh, and that's called grown? I'll relay that to my 21-year-old son then.
Well,
it's good to know.
Well, I think it's grown. And my wife's name's Christy. She's a massage therapist. She's got a business in Ainer.
Okay.
And Just Breathe. And, of course, David Earl Watson's my father-in-law. Both the kids are working full-time. Charlie's an occupational therapist.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Ben's doing HVAC. He's loving that.
Oh, sweet.
Yep, and got two sisters, Isabel and Kayla. And my dad and my mom still live in the county, Kathy and Chris Crain. And got two step-parents, Doug and Tara.
All right.
Yep.
You got a lot of Christmas cards to send out, son.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Holidays are busy.
All right. Well, Ryan Crain, thanks for all you do, my friend. I appreciate you sitting down, give us a little info. Next time I roll through Britain's Neck, I'm going to drop a name.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And that's this edition of Beyond the Stream, where we take a little inside look at the folks that make HTC what it is. We'll see you next time. So long.